Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome to the program Wisdom of Hadith. In this program, we explore the meanings, wisdom, and significance of the sayings of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and we also try to establish connection of a hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam with our work and with our life. So today we have a hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that has been narrated by Sayyidina Abu Huraira radiyallahu ta'ala an. And the hadith is, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, La yashkurullaha man la yashkurun nas. It means that he who does not thank people does not thank Allah. Now this hadith talks about being grateful to people. Now, you know what happens sometimes, there are people in our society when we, go on to say thanks to them. So they say, why are you saying thanks to me? I do not need any, any sort of thanks or acknowledgement from your end. This was my responsibility. So, we learn in the hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that we should accept thanks and we should also pay thanks to others. And this is also a sign of being grateful to Allah Almighty. So the first, duty of a believer is to be thankful to Allah Almighty for all the blessings that He has given him. For example, we have eyes to see, we have ears to hear, and we have hands to move, we have, body organs to perform different actions. So all, these things are the blessings of Allah Almighty. So our life and, whatever we have in this world, in the form of natural resources, in the form of other resources, so all these things are the blessings of Allah Almighty. And if we just go on to count the blessings of Allah Almighty, we won't be able to count them. And this is what we read in the Quran, in ta'uddu ni'matallahi la tuhsuha. If you go on to count the blessings of Allah Almighty, you won't be able to do so. So this is a requirement of being thankful to Allah Almighty, that if someone has done good to you, so you should pay thanks to him. So this is a training of a believer. So a believer is always grateful to the people who have done good to him. For example, if you were in a trouble and a man comes to you and he solves your problem and he helps you at that time, so it is your responsibility as a believer to pay thanks to him and to be grateful to him. And if you are doing this, it means that you are thankful to Allah Almighty. As we read in the hadith, La yashkurullah man la yashkurun nas. It means that he who does not thank people does not thank Allah. So another thing what we learn in this hadith is that if you are not paying thanks to people and if you are not grateful to people, it means that you are not grateful to Allah Almighty. So this is also a sign of being ungrateful to Allah Almighty, being unthankful to Allah Almighty. So it is must for every believer to be grateful to people who have done good to them. And this is what we say, a culture of acknowledgement. This should be there in a Muslim society. If we talk about Muslim society, so one of the characteristics of the Muslim society is that they have a culture of respect and they have a culture of acknowledgement. So they do not shy to say thanks to anyone who is doing good to them. So this culture should spread in the society. And if we have the reverse position, if we have a position that is contrary to this position, it means that you are not acknowledging the efforts of people who have done good to you. Sometimes you are in a position that you seek help and you need help at that time, and you see that the people are not there to help you, and then someone comes to you and he goes on to help you at that time. And when the time changes, when you resolve that problem and when you go on in your life, you forget that person. So this should not be the attitude of a believer. He should remember all those who have done good to him. So this remembrance is also a sign of being grateful to that person, and this is also a sign of being thankful to Allah Almighty. So in order to become thankful to Allah Almighty, you should develop a habit of paying thanks to people. And inshallah, in the further episodes, we'll explore more ahadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and try to understand their meaning, wisdom, and significance.